Hey, everybody, this is Sue with My Step Ahead and Sue Bowles Coaching. I just wanted to come on here and just share something that happened last weekend and kind of challenge us all about our intentionality on things. My dad came up for Father's Day last weekend, and that was exciting for me, very important to me. Dad hasn't been back to my house since 2019 when we had our last family Christmas. So he has not seen the changes that we've made, the improvements that we've made over the last year and a half. And I really just wanted him to come up and spend time at my house and have a whole weekend where he could just be with his kids and not just, a segment of one day. And so I was thrilled that he came up. He got home. I left the office Friday, and I'm like, my dad's here. I just want to go see my dad. And sure enough, he was here. Had a great time. Chilled out Friday night. Saturday, something happened that I did not expect. Kind of found out there was a family fishing event going on in town. Now, the backstory to this is that I have not gone fishing with my dad in probably 4.5 decades. There's a story told when I was really young that mom and dad were fishing with my aunt and uncle, and I was there with them with some other kids, and I guess I caught something. So dad dutifully took it off the line and said, "Do you want it thrown back?" And I looked at him and said, "No, I want mine dead." So he threw it up on the bank. I really don't remember much fishing with dad after that because I'm not big on worm guts on my hand. That's the big thing. I don't like worm guts on my hand. So I haven't been fishing with him. Now, that means I've missed a lot of opportunity with him, and we make it up in other ways. But I haven't had those days where I just go fishing with dad. So anyway, so we had this event in town. Dad and I ended up going over. I just wanted to be with him. I told him earlier this year that if he wanted to go fishing on the bank, I would bring a chair and just sit with him and enjoy being with him. So we kind of had that opportunity. Dad had brought two fishing poles. The plan was for him to go fishing with my brother Saturday afternoon. So he brought two poles. One had a spinner, one had a bobber on it. And the bobber he baited with the worms. The spinner just runs on its own. He was working the spinner, nothing was coming up. So he switched over to the bobber. He started getting some bites, and I was just enjoying being with him. And he kept looking at me a couple times, and he said, "What about you?" I said, "I'm just having fun just being with you." He kind of let it go for a minute. A little later, he said, "What about you?" And I said, "Tell you what, let me work the spinner. It doesn't involve any worm guts." So I started getting the spinner, and I went out, casting out there and kind of working it in. Caught a whole lot of seaweed off the bottom. Um, didn't catch any fish, but you know what? I had some great casts going on. But I was with my dad. I was making a memory that I now will not forget. And my dad is smiling ear to ear because he got his daughter to go fishing with him. So now I'm going down to see him again Father's Day weekend. And he said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know, whatever you want to do." He's like, "Maybe we'll go fishing." I'm like, "I can do that. Let me work the spinner." And I'm kind of excited because now it's one more way to spend time with my dad in an environment that he really enjoys and something that brings him joy and peace and satisfaction. Now, we play pool, we'll go to a coffee shop, we'll go to a restaurant, we'll hang out at the house. But this is an activity my dad really likes. My dad's 89. I realize that window is getting very small. I am in no hurry for that window to close. My aunt and uncle are 95. That window is probably even smaller. His dad, my aunt and uncle are the remainder of all the aunts and uncles that I had growing up. I want to make as many memories with them as I can. So dad and I have gone over to visit my aunt and uncle a number of times and just had a great time at the nursing home with them. And now dad and I can add fishing to our repertoire. And I say all this to say that was the day my dad took me fishing. That was the day my dad helped me break out of a comfort zone. And that was a day that dad gave me a very sweet and treasured memory that I will never forget. I challenge you to be intentional. I challenge you to be intentional with the choices you make and with the time that you have. Make someday today because we don't know how much time we have left with people. And I'm thrilled that I got those 2 hours of fishing with dad. I didn't catch a lick. I didn't care if I caught anything. I was just hanging out with my dad. So I wanted to come on here and share with you the day Dad took me fishing. It was fun. I'm looking forward to the next one, and I also want to challenge you with what can you do? Where can you be intentional? What can you do to push yourself out of your comfort zone to make another memory with somebody? Have a great night.